Yeah, I thought our guys really did a good job with our 10-day week. Got a little extra rest, a little extra preparation. It was chilly here; it snowed, and our guys embraced it all week. And so then, when it was chilly on Tuesday night and the snow was coming down, I think our guys just even amped it up more. Which when the elements are as such, you either embrace it and get into it, or you fold. And really like how our guys responded to that. Weren't perfect, on Tuesday night, but played pretty good football, complimentary football, and it was a good win for our program.
Coach, do you feel that's when your program's at its best, when the adversity seems the highest? It's cold out, you guys are on the road, it's not a big crowd. It seems like your team really responds in those type of situations.
I think our guys knew that our backs were against the wall as well. Yeah, our guys are unbreakable. We don't, we're not playing our best football every week. We've got plenty of mistakes and whatnot, but in terms of our guys, being defeated or broken, that's just not part of their makeup.
And Shaq seems to embody that. He had 4 touchdowns in the game. It's a guy that's faced a lot of adversity in his time physically at Eastern Michigan, and then he comes out and has really a spectacular game against Akron.
Yeah, I'll say this about Shaq. He's really leading well. He's one of the guys that realizes that today, is it November 14th, I think, is the last November 14th he's going to have playing football at Eastern Michigan. And you can just see it in guys' eyes, when they're that way. And so he's playing good football right now, and he's leading well.
Do you see a tangible change in your seniors when you get to this time of the year and they're realizing this is the last time, I'm going to play at this stadium, this is the last time I'm going to do this? Do you feel that difference when you get to this point in the season?
You hope not. The goal is that they feel it last January 1st. The sooner the seniors can realize that it's the last January 1st that they're ever going to have, the better off you're going to be. And I'm not saying that guys don't realize it this late, but the later it goes, when they realize it, the more you've lost. My goal is for them to realize early on in the off season that it's their last day. And when you get a senior group that realizes that and leads that way and plays that way, got a chance for something special.
Your offensive line, do you feel that are you happy with the growth you've seen over the 10 playing weeks of this season up until this point, especially on the run?
Yeah, we've really stayed healthy, on the offensive line. The season's not over, I get that, but that's really been a blessing. Really been fortunate with that. And so you do have, a group of guys that's been playing, that's had a chance to work with each other and play with each other, and definitely, we've made progress there. No question. Mike was really clean, the other night, and with no sacks, and again, you mentioned we ran the ball well. So still got work to do, but it's a good group.
You've had a really banged up defensive line, but they really responded well Tuesday night. Could you speak a little bit about the difficulties the defensive line has had of staying healthy and playing at a top level?
Yeah, we do. We've been banged up for sure. We are banged up, and overall our team has been relatively healthy. But then when you gotta get it at one position group, it's not relevant. In terms of saying you're overall really healthy defensively on the defensive line, it's been it's been a tough year that way. But guys step up and step in, and guys are out for a period of time, and you're getting guys back, and we've been able to keep it together.
Did you have a chance last night to watch Northern Illinois in that game, and how much of an advantage is it when you play a day earlier, perhaps have that extra day to get ready, even though you have to travel?
Yeah, it's. I did watch the game. And we're watching it again now. It was a good football game, and Northern was impressive. Yeah, so we're fortunate to have a 7-day week, even though we are traveling during the night to get back, and we're gonna have to travel to get out there. But our 7-day week really doesn't change any. We've had some 6-day weeks. I've had a 5-day week here, so you do have to adjust. But I mean, their guys are used to that kind of thing. I mean, once you've been in the MAC, that's how it rolls. NIU will be ready next Tuesday night.
Does weather play into the play calling at all? When it seemed like you guys had no trouble throwing the ball. It seemed that you were able to do anything offensively that you wanted to. Is that kind of a correct read?
I would say this, that our receivers had 0 drops. When on a cold night, the ball gets hard, and it wasn't wet. The snow was dry, if that makes sense. But no drops. It was pretty awesome in that way. Weather can be a factor. There's no doubt. Talked with you about that in terms of if it's crazy wind, if it's pouring down rain, and then if there's standing snow on the ground. I mean, with the footing and all of that. But yeah, I'd say the other night, I don't think it really affected either team.
Yeah, Coach, a lot of the kind of stats came on the ground the other day against Akron, but quietly, Mike has a game where he completes 20 to 25 passes, and you've been around a lot of football and a lot of quarterbacks. How rare is it to have a guy, and how impressive is it to have a guy that in a game like that, in terms of the weather and whatnot, can go up and just still gunsling like he normally does, and how much does that help your offense?
Yeah, no, it is impressive. When he plays well, it's a result of everybody else. We talked about the offensive line, and our running game was going, and our receivers didn't have a single drop, and so I mean overall we played well. But yeah, when your quarterback, I don't know exactly how cold it was with the wind chill, but he really didn't miss a beat. Completing 80% of your passes, in a game like that is impressive.
And I wanted to ask you about penalties too, because your team ranks in the top 10 in the nation in fewest penalties on the season and fewest penalty yards per game. How important is that for the success you've been able to have, especially on the offensive side of the ball, but also not giving teams extra length on their possessions to be able to continue drives?
So last year it was a problem for us. I can't remember the exact numbers, but I think it was maybe 90 yards, a game and penalties. Maybe that's a little high, but I don't think so. And I think we were, in the 100s in terms of rank. And so there were some things that we did in spring ball and in camp. What we did wasn't magic. I think that our guys are playing discipline. We're not always perfect, like I say, but I think we're playing discipline for the most part, and it's been a huge help. One penalty, and it was a costly one. We still kept the first down, but it was 15 yards. I don't know that I've coached a 0 penalty game ever. I might have, but don't remember it. But that is, when you go from year to year, that's one of the things that we needed to improve on. And season's not over, but so far so good.
Yeah, your team sits at just over 37 yards a game penalties now, which is quite the turnaround. And then last one for me is you have a chance this week to become bowl eligible for the 3rd time in the last 4 seasons. Chance to get your team to a bowl game here at Eastern for the 2nd consecutive year. That'd be the first time that's ever happened. I know your focus is always 1-0 on this week, but have you had time to think about that and reflect on what that would mean for the program and what you've done, or is that something that'll come after a win on Tuesday?
Well, just in our meeting the other night after the game, again, we talked about simple math. I mean, everybody, knows that you really need 7. We believe in the MAC, to go to a bowl game, and know that 6 is bowl eligible. So we all know that, but we're at the same time we're a long ways away from that. We're playing a red hot team that's been the most dominant team in our league for a long time. In my 5 seasons, we've lost to them every time. The last 3 have been in overtime, and it's the one team that we haven't beaten the MAC. So, we're going to their place and all of those things. I mean, it's we got to do something that we haven't done before. And I don't mean the program. The program's done that in its history, of course, but this being the 6th season, I mean, we haven't done that, and we know that we're going to have to play great football for 3.5 hours, and in order to have a chance to do that. So that is what our full concentration is on. But yeah, we're all aware that we're alive, so to speak, to still achieve goals.
Two student athletes with us today. We'll start with Jake Donnellon first. What have you seen out of his development growth? He gets the start the other night. What have you been most impressed with?
Well, so a little bit about Jake. He's from Ypsilanti, and just our 6-year process of trying to, become a source of pride for the department, the university, and the city, and then even the region. It was a big deal for us in recruiting Jake Donnellon for him to say, I want to come to school here and I want to be a part of the program. He grew up in it and was aware of everything, and just had the courage to jump on board, and it's made a huge difference. So I think of him a lot when I think of that, and I think of his maturation and the program's maturation. And here he got a start. I mean, he's played a lot of football for us already, and it's not his final year. And he's got fire. He's a really good athlete, and someone we love having on the offensive line.
And then Korey Hernandez also with us. His first year with the program, but has broken into that really deep secondary. What have you seen since his arrival on campus?
It seems like he's been here for longer than a year. Got here last January, and so he is fully embedded in the program. And just thinking about it now, it is his first season, and I knew that, but wouldn't have thought about that right away, just because he's playing so much and is just fully, a part of our program, relationally, knowing what he's doing, the culture, all of that. Korey's a big deal as well. We've got some safeties who are very accomplished who are going to be graduating, and we knew that, obviously, and so had an opportunity to recruit him, and he had 3 seasons left. Started out at Arkansas, and then went out to Iowa Western, and he's a guy that we went after hard, and really fortunate to get him. He's going to be playing a lot of football here.
Jake, you want to go out?
All right.
I'll start you with the first one. Just the other night, getting the notice that you're going to be starting, going out there, playing in a cold weather game. What's that like for the first time on the road?
It's exciting. I mean, I've been working for it all year. I've been playing regularly in each game, but there's a difference when you get the chance to start. So I've been, like I said, I've been working hard for it, and it was good to get the nod. But I was focused on playing well and winning the game. So
If the stats are right, you were the first Washtenaw County high school football player to commit to EMU since 2008. What was the importance of you of staying home and attending Eastern Michigan University?
I would say it's very important. I remember the news article that said that, and I didn't realize it at the time, but it was pretty cool to see. But I grew up, 7 minutes from here. I was born at St. Joe's Hospital that looks over the field, and I'm the 7th of 8 children. So being close to home was really important. I got to have my family come to every football game. They're here. I got my nieces and nephews in little Eagle costumes. But it was really important to come and after, talking to Creighton for so long and just realizing what was going to happen here, even though it hadn't happened yet, just seeing the culture change from being so close and knowing what it was like. I really believed in what was happening, and even after I committed, we ended the season not well. I just trusted, and I knew it was coming. So, we still got a lot of work to go, but we're changing the direction of this culture.
I know he's in the room, but what was it about Coach Creighton that drew you to the program?
I think it was his conviction. He just, he knew what he wanted to say, and he knew that he meant it, and I knew that he meant it. And he just, he had a charisma about him, and he just stuck to his guns, and I really respected that from an early state. yeah.
I know you guys take it one game at a time. From a fan perspective, everybody's thinking they want to see Eastern go to a bowl again. For you guys as players, are you to the point where you want, being bowl eligible to be the norm and not the exception, that as the years go on, this should be commonplace at this university?
Of course, you definitely want to get to that bowl game, and you want to do it, especially at a state where we plan on winning out to expect to get to the bowl game. But you want to set that precedent that we're going to go to a bowl game each year, and that's not the overall goal. You want to have a goal of bigger, MAC championship and bigger goals of winning games like that. But yeah, I think you definitely want to make that just a precedent, like I said.
You want to get better as the season goes on. As you look at just your offensive line unit, how much better are you guys headed into the Northern Illinois game than when you started the season at Coastal Carolina?
We have some young guys, and we have some guys starting the season that we had guys who had played last year and guys that hadn't played as much, and we started as almost a young group who hadn't played a lot together, but throughout the season we've meshed together, and we're starting to work better as a unit. Like we said before, we had 0 sacks in the game, and that's a good accomplishment. But I don't think we've played bad football. We've done pretty well, and I think we're just improving. We're just working better together, and we're moving forward.
No, I think you guys have played really good football. Do you guys think about that after a game when you guys had 6 rushing touchdowns? I mean, do you guys wear that as a badge of honor?
I would definitely say, yeah. I mean, 6 touchdowns isn't something that you do a lot, so it's definitely something to be proud of. But we watch the film and we see what went wrong and what we can improve on. So we're always just trying to strive to get better.
With such a big family, how many bug you for tickets on a home game day?
A lot. I'm definitely asking. I would say that I usually get 15 to 16 tickets each week, and then if everyone's using them, like homecoming in the first game, I tell them I can't do a lot, but they're always willing to pay for tickets if they need to.
Thank you.
Alexander?
Just one for me, because I noticed so much of the camaraderie you guys have on the sideline and at practice. What has Coach Patton meant to you guys in the offensive line room? What has he brought this year for you?
He's been a lot. He's brought energy. I would say the biggest thing is he's probably one of the most passionate coaches I've ever had, other than Coach Creighton, who does his thing every day. But he really promotes energy and passion and playing your best. We break down best because we want to be our best, and it's just as an O-line, you don't always get the most recognition. So it's playing your best so that others can succeed, and you want to have pride for your unit and your team. So I would definitely say that he brought energy and passion.
Did you watch the Northern Illinois game last night?
Yeah, I watched some of it.
Any takeaways from that early on? I know you guys are just getting into your prep for that game, but any immediate takeaways on facing Northern Illinois?
I mean, they're a solid team. They went in and played really well against Toledo and got the win. So, we're going to be working hard. We're going to be watching their film and just trying to scheme them up. And I know that they've got some injuries on the defense, but they're all college athletes. So we're not going to take them lightly because they are a storied program and they're a good team. So we're going to prepare for them like we do every other week.
Thank you.
Korey, your turn. One of the big things coaches talked about is playing complementary football. Offense goes out, gets 21 points in the first half. Defense able to pitch a shutout in the first half. What is it like for you guys on the defensive side of the football, knowing the offense is picking up and you guys are doing the same thing for them?
I feel like it's an energy booster. When we see the offense out there doing their thing, we put it on our shoulders now that we're going to go out there and do our thing. We try to just set the tone and keep it, rolling as the game goes on, and just continue to play complementary football.
Korey, I kind of want to ask you the same question I asked Jake. What was it that drew you to Eastern Michigan's program? Why did you want to play football here?
Definitely Coach Creighton and the staff. thought that, well, I know that they're genuinely good people, and my whole thing was I wanted to be around people where, you know, I'll feel comfortable, and not just me, but my parents as well. They felt comfortable around Coach Creighton, and my mom, she probably loved Coach Creighton more than anybody on this earth right now. But basically, just being around genuinely good people, and that's it, really.
You said your mom loves him?
Yeah,
Why does your mom love him so much?
because his energy. She feeds off people's energy, and the first time she met him, till every time they talk, like she always talk about, man, he doesn't change, and you know, stuff like that.
Sounds like she might have picked EMU for you.
Yeah, basically, she said if I don't go, then she don't know what she'll do with me.
Talk about the experience of the defensive backfield, because you play with some very talented guys, Vince Calhoun,
Yeah.
Kevin McGill, those guys. What's it been like for you as far as working with them, and what have they been able to kind of teach you about playing football in the MAC?
They definitely helped my game. I came in, I really didn't have a lot of experience as far as like big time D1 football yet, because I didn't play much at Arkansas. So just being behind them, I just model myself. You know, Vince always working hard, so I'm like, man, I got to work harder than Vince. Kev always trying to push everybody. I'm like, man, I got to push somebody too. Like, just being behind them really helped my game as far as just being a leader, and even on the field, like Vince. As far as watching film and stuff like that, Vince really helped me as far as watching film and just knowing what's going to come before it even happens.
And he basically teaching you what to look for in
Yeah.
film, not just look at it, but patterns and those type of things?
Yeah, yep.
Where is this team at mentally? You guys had a great start to the season. You
Mhm.
guys have had your ups and downs. It seems as though you guys handle adversity maybe better than you handle success. As you guys head into this Northern Illinois game, where is this team right now mentally?
I'll say we know what we have to do. Everybody on our team wants to be bowl eligible, and we know it's a tough task to win three games in a row. Just to win a game in the MAC is a tough task, and I just feel like we're positively moving in the right direction towards this game.
Did you get a chance to watch the Northern Illinois game last night? And if so, do you have any immediate takeaways on facing them?
I seen bits and pieces of it, but it's the MAC. At this point, every game we got to take it be 1-0 with the same mentality, whether or not we're playing the top team in the MAC or the worst team in the MAC.